Something has already been decided in the heavens about you. The courtroom of eternity has already spoken your name. The verdict has been written. The gavel has fallen, and it was in your favor. For years, you have felt accused, misunderstood, weighed down by opposition that made no sense. You fought battles you didn't start. You endured storms you didn't cause. You carried shame and rejection as if it was your identity. But listen closely. What was once against you has now been overturned. Heaven's silence wasn't absence. It was the evidence that your trial was in session. Every tear, every prayer, every lonely night became part of your case. And when the judge looked at the evidence, when he saw the weight of the accusations, he did not side with the enemy. He sided with you. Chains that held you have been broken. The accusations have been silenced. The case has been dismissed. And not only dismissed, victory was declared. This word is not casual. This is confirmation. This is divine truth reaching you at the exact moment you needed it. Because you are not ordinary. You are chosen. And the verdict has changed your destiny forever. If you know this word is for you, don't ignore it. Do not let confirmation pass you by. Take a moment right now, like this message, subscribe, and declare in the comments. I receive it. Every comment, every share, every act of engagement is more than interaction. It is agreement with heaven's verdict over your life. Do not scroll past what God is speaking directly to you. Stay connected, stay aligned, because this is not just a video. This is your confirmation. You need to understand something about yourself. You are not ordinary. You are not just another name in the crowd. You are a chosen one. That means you were handpicked by God, marked before birth, separated for a purpose that others cannot understand. And because you are chosen, your journey has never looked normal. While others walked smoothly, you faced battles that didn't make sense. While others enjoyed acceptance, you endured rejection. While others blended in, you were set apart and often misunderstood. The warfare around your life has been constant, and you wondered why. Why me? Why this path? Why this weight? The truth is simple. The attacks were never random. They were targeted because of your calling. Every season of loneliness, every whisper of accusation, every false judgment spoken over you. All of it was part of a spiritual courtroom battle. The enemy stood as the accuser, building a case against your destiny, trying to convince heaven itself that you were unworthy, that you should be disqualified. But you were never alone in that courtroom. God himself was seated as the judge. He heard every charge. He weighed every accusation. And while the enemy brought evidence against you, the judge already knew the truth. The truth that you are chosen. The truth that you are redeemed. The truth that no weapon formed against you would prosper. This is why your journey has been so heavy. This is why the silence felt unbearable. Because your trial was in session. But today, I'm here to tell you, God has closed your case. The verdict is victory. The opposition has been silenced. The ruling has shifted in your favor. And this is not something to take lightly. This is time-sensitive. Heaven has already moved. The gavel has already fallen. The case has been dismissed, and your new season has begun. This is the moment where everything changes. This is the moment where you step into alignment with what heaven has already decided. You are a chosen one, and your case has been closed with victory written in bold across your destiny. The first revelation you need to receive is this: every accusation that has stood against you has been silenced. The case is closed. No more delays, no more denials, no more whispers that you are not enough. Heaven has already made its ruling, and the ruling is in your favor. For too long, the enemy has been standing as the accuser. He brought up your past. He magnified your mistakes. He reminded you of every weakness, hoping you would believe the lie that you were unworthy. But the judge did not agree with the accuser. The judge has declared you innocent. The judge has declared you victorious. The gavel has fallen, and the courtroom is silent now. Think of Job. The enemy accused him, stripped him, and left him sitting in ashes. But the story did not end in ashes. The judge restored double for his trouble. Think of Daniel. Accusations sent him into the lion's den. But the judge shut the mouths of the lions and elevated him to greater influence. Think of Joseph, falsely accused, cast into prison, forgotten. Yet the judge reversed the ruling, lifted him from the pit, and placed him in the palace. These were not just men in history. These are mirrors of your journey. Your story has carried the same patterns. Attacked without cause, accused without truth, rejected without reason. You thought it was punishment, but it was evidence of your calling. You felt the sting of betrayal, the weight of silence, the ache of waiting. But the silence was never abandonment. The silence was the sign that your trial was underway. Heaven was not ignoring you. It was listening to the case being presented about your life. And when the evidence was weighed, when the charges were reviewed, the judge struck them down one by one. This is the divine reversal. What was stolen is being restored. What was blocked is being released. What was delayed is being accelerated. The enemy's attempt to bury you has only built a platform for your elevation. What once was a season of accusation is now a season of vindication. The shift is already happening. Right now, as you hear these words, you are stepping into a new reality. The case is not pending. It is not waiting on another hearing. It is finished. You are free. You are vindicated. You are marked with favor. Do not miss this. The silence is broken, but this is only the first revelation. Greater truths are about to unfold. What has been decided in heaven will now be seen on earth. And the verdict doesn't just change your past. It is about to rearrange your present. You will see immediate shifts in your life, because the courtroom of eternity has already ruled in your favor. Now that you know the case is closed, you cannot remain silent. You must step into action. This verdict is not just information, it is transformation. And if you want to see the ruling of heaven manifest in your life, you must align with it immediately. This is not theory. This is your lifeline. The first step is to acknowledge the verdict. Say it aloud. Speak with authority. My case is closed. My verdict is victory. Your words carry weight in the Spirit. What heaven has declared, your mouth must confirm. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and when you declare the verdict, you seal it in your atmosphere. The second step is to renounce every lie and every accusation you once agreed with. For too long, you believed you were unworthy. For too long, you accepted the labels spoken over you. Today, you must reject them. Say, I break agreement with every accusation. I refuse every lie. I cancel every false judgment. The moment you do this, you close every open door the enemy has tried to exploit. The third step is daily prayer for alignment with the ruling. Each morning, rise and remind yourself, the judge has ruled in my favor. Pray that your decisions, your thoughts, and your actions stay in alignment with this truth. When you feel fear creeping in, declare the verdict again. When doubt whispers, respond with the ruling that heaven has already spoken. This daily alignment will keep your spirit anchored in victory. The fourth step is bold action. Now that the case is closed, you cannot hesitate. Move forward without fear. Apply for that opportunity. Step into that calling. Speak where you were once silent. Act where you once froze. The enemy thrives on hesitation, but your boldness is a weapon. Every step forward is proof that you believe the verdict. The fifth step is protection of your new season. You must fast, journal, and remain disciplined. The ruling is secure, but your stewardship matters. Fasting sharpens your spirit. Journaling records your victories and keeps your faith alive. Discipline keeps you from slipping back into old cycles. Guard this season with vigilance, because what you protect will multiply. If you do these things, you will see results. Peace will cover you like a shield. Clarity will break confusion. Acceleration will replace stagnation. You will not wait years for what is already yours. The shift will be immediate. The verdict is victory, but the victory must be lived. Step into it boldly. Walk in it daily. Protect it fiercely. This is the path of a chosen one. There was once a man who lived with integrity, yet everywhere he turned, accusations followed him. He was faithful in his work, loyal to his friends, and true to his commitments, but lies began to rise against him. Whispered words turned into loud judgments. His name was dragged through the mud. Doors began to close. People who once embraced him now kept their distance. He pleaded his innocence, but no one believed him. The evidence seemed stacked against him, though none of it was true. His heart grew heavy. Nights became endless. He sat in silence, wondering if God had forgotten him. The betrayal cut deep, the rejection pierced his soul, and despair wrapped itself around him like a cloak. He was sentenced, not in a courtroom of men, but in the court of public opinion. And still, he remained faithful, even when no one was watching. For years, he carried the weight of an undeserved burden. He prayed, he waited, he endured. It seemed as if heaven itself had gone quiet, but what he did not know was that a greater court was still in session. The judge was not absent. He was reviewing every detail, every injustice, every false word spoken. And then, in a single moment, everything changed. The same voices that accused him had to watch as he was lifted. The same people who rejected him had to witness his vindication. The case that once bound him was dismissed. He was not only cleared, he was elevated. His honor was restored. His influence was expanded, and the very place of his suffering became the platform of his breakthrough. This is not just a story. This is your story. You have walked through betrayal. You have endured rejection. You have sat in silence, wondering if God had forgotten you. But just like that man, your trial was not the end. It was the setup for your vindication. Heaven has already ruled. And just as his story shifted in a single moment, so will yours. That is what's happening in your life right now. The verdict is victory. The elevation is already unfolding. The courtroom verdict did more than clear your name. It sealed your reward. You are not walking away empty-handed. You are walking away with restoration. You are walking away with divine compensation. For every tear you cried, there is a blessing prepared. For every year you lost, there is restoration coming in double. The judge did not just close the case. He wrote your victory in bold. Understand this, your opposition was never random. It was never meaningless. It was not punishment. It was proof. Proof that you are chosen. Proof that your identity carries weight in heaven. Proof that the enemy saw your destiny and trembled. That's why he came after you so relentlessly. Not because you were weak, but because you are marked. The attacks were not confirmation of failure. They were confirmation of calling. You must see it clearly now. You were never overlooked. You were targeted because of the light you carry. You were never abandoned. You were tested because of the crown waiting for you. The trial you endured was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to prove you. And now that the case is closed, you are stepping into a new level of authority. This authority is not given to everyone. It is given to the chosen. You will pray, and heaven will respond quickly. You will speak, and doors will open. You will walk into rooms where you were once ignored, and suddenly, favor will follow you. The verdict has shifted your atmosphere. Everything connected to your name must now align with victory. You are stepping into the chapter they tried to erase. Every attempt to silence you has failed. Every trap set against you has been overturned. Every lie spoken about you has been canceled. And now, your life is about to read differently. No longer defined by shame, but by honor. No longer shaped by rejection, but by recognition. No longer chained by the past, but propelled into destiny. But here is the urgent warning. You cannot return to old thinking. The verdict has shifted your reality, but if you live as though you are still on trial, you will miss what has already been secured. Do not rehearse old accusations. Do not replay old betrayals. Do not carry what heaven has already dismissed. This is your moment to live differently. Think like the vindicated. Speak like the victorious. Move like the chosen. The gavel has fallen. The courtroom is closed. The ruling is in your favor, and the reward is already unfolding. The judge didn't just close the case. He elevated you. He wrote your victory in bold. And now it is time for you to walk in it, with authority, with confidence, with faith unshaken. Now that the verdict has been released, you need to understand the benefits that come with it. These are not abstract ideas. They are tangible shifts that you will begin to see and feel. The first benefit is freedom. Freedom from guilt. Freedom from shame. Freedom from rejection. Those heavy labels that clung to your life no longer have legal ground. The accusations have been silenced, and you are released. You will feel lighter. You will think clearer. you will walk free. The second benefit is acceleration. Where things once dragged, now doors will begin to open quickly. What was blocked will move suddenly. What took years before will happen in moments now. Because when the verdict shifts, timing shifts. The delays were tied to the trial, but the case is closed and the pace of your life will now increase. The third benefit is authority in prayer. You will no longer wonder if heaven hears you. You will pray with confidence, and you will see answers manifest. Because you are no longer on trial, your words carry new weight. The authority of a chosen one has been placed upon you. The fourth benefit is restoration. Time that was stolen, opportunities that were missed, relationships that were broken, resources that were lost. God is bringing them back. And not just bringing them back, but restoring them in greater measure. Just as Job received double for his losses, you will experience multiplication in the very areas you thought were gone forever. The fifth benefit is peace. The battles that once consumed your nights and drained your strength are no longer yours to fight. The judge has ruled, and the fight is finished. You will breathe differently. You will walk differently. You will live differently. The peace of God will be your portion, and that peace will guard you in ways you've never known. But here is the final truth. You must remember that this word is not for everyone. Few are chosen, but you are one of them. This verdict does not belong to the crowd. It belongs to you, to the ones who endured the trial, carried the burden, and held on in silence. The benefits are exclusive, the reward is specific, and the shift is undeniable. You are the chosen one, and heaven's ruling has forever changed your life. Now that the verdict has been spoken, your responsibility is to live it out daily. A ruling means nothing if it is ignored. This is how you walk in victory, step by step. Begin with morning declarations. Before you even check your phone or look at the world around you, declare the verdict over your life. Say it aloud. The case is closed. I am vindicated. I am chosen. Your words set the tone for your day. Speak life before the enemy can whisper lies. Align your decisions with faith, not fear. Every choice you make must reflect the reality of your new season. Fear will try to creep in, reminding you of the past trial. But faith must lead you now. If the verdict has shifted, your actions must shift with it. Guard against distractions and false voices. The accuser has lost in the court of heaven, but he will still try to win in the court of your mind. Be alert to whispers of doubt, the opinions of people, and the pull of old patterns. Protect your mind, your spirit, and your atmosphere. Stay humble. The verdict is victory, but victory can be dangerous if pride takes root. Remember, it was not your effort that closed the case. It was the judge's authority. Walk with gratitude, not arrogance. Honor the one who vindicated you by remaining submitted to his hand. Build a daily rhythm of gratitude and surrender. Keep a journal. Write down victories, answered prayers, and moments of peace. Thank God for them. Gratitude multiplies blessing, and surrender keeps you aligned. Every day, remind yourself, this life is not mine. It is ruled by the verdict of heaven. And finally, discipline is your lifeline. Consistency keeps the verdict active in your life. This is not about emotional moments. This is about steady obedience. Do not treat this as a one-time announcement. This verdict must shape your lifestyle, your habits, and your future. Hear this clearly. Do not waste your verdict. Too many hear the ruling but never live as if it's true. You cannot afford to go back to old thinking, old fears, or old patterns. The judge has spoken. The gavel has fallen. The case is closed. Live it out every single day. You've heard the word. You've felt it in your spirit. Now let me remind you one final time. The case is closed. The accusations have been silenced. The verdict is victory. And your identity as a chosen one is sealed forever. You walked into this message with questions, doubts, and silent battles. But you are leaving with confirmation. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Heaven has already ruled in your favor. This word is not for the masses. It is not for everyone scrolling through. It is for you, for the one who has endured rejection, warfare, and loneliness, for the one who has been marked from the beginning but attacked because of it. This message found you because you are chosen. The silence you've endured has been shattered. The truth has been revealed. The gavel has already fallen. And heaven declares, your time is now. No more delays. No more denials. The courtroom of heaven has spoken once and for all. So hear me clearly. Step into your identity. Do not shrink back. Do not apologize for being chosen. Do not fear the weight of your calling. You are chosen. You are vindicated. You are rising into the destiny that was written before time began. And here is the final word. The lost case is no longer yours to fight. It is finished. The judge has ruled, and no voice on earth or in hell can overturn his verdict. Victory is final. Now I ask you, if this word is for you, act in faith. Declare it boldly in the comments. The verdict is mine. Like this video. Subscribe so you don't miss what heaven releases next. And share this with another chosen one who needs to hear the truth right now. Your confirmation has arrived. Your case is closed. Your victory is sealed. Walk in it. Live in it. Believe it. The verdict is yours.